think you're lazy. You label yourself unmotivated, undisciplined, weak. But what if you're not? What if your identity isn't the problem? What if your environment is? This video isn't here to make you feel good. It's here to expose the truth, to reveal the silent war being waged on your brain every single day. You were born focused, born disciplined, but then your brain was hijacked by entertainment that never ends, by dopamine triggers that never rest, by systems that profit from your failure. They trained you to chase the hit, not the mission. This isn't a motivational speech. This is a deprogramming. Let's begin. You wake up and check your phone. Notifications, likes, news, memes, ads. Before you even get out of bed, your brain has already been fed, but not with nutrition, with noise. What you don't realize is that first dopamine spike sets the tone for your entire day. The algorithm hijacks your reward system in the first 10 seconds you're awake, and that's not a mistake. It's a design. Let's get scientific. Your brain has a system called the mesolimbic dopamine pathway. It controls your motivation, pleasure, and reward. It's ancient, designed for survival, but today it's being hijacked by unnatural hyperstimuli, infinite scrolling, instant messaging, bright colors, and fast edits. Notifications perfectly timed to keep you hooked. These weren't part of your evolutionary blueprint. The result? Your brain adapts, and the more dopamine hits you receive, the harder it becomes to feel pleasure from slow, meaningful work. You've been trained to seek intensity, not depth. You've been conditioned to confuse stimulation with satisfaction. Let's break it down deeper. Dopamine isn't the problem. The problem is baseline erosion. Every time you flood your brain with dopamine from a cheap source, Instagram, TikTok, Netflix, porn, junk food, you're raising your short-term pleasure, but lowering your long-term satisfaction. This is called dopamine desensitization. It's the reason why the things that used to excite you now feel dull. Studying feels impossible. Working on your goals drains you. Sitting in silence feels like torture because your dopamine receptors have been fried by excess. And now you need more stimulation just to feel normal. This is why you binge. This is why you can't stop scrolling. This is why real life feels like a grind while fake rewards feel like bliss. You're not lazy. You're chemically out of balance. And no amount of motivation will fix what's broken at the neurological level. Let's expose the system, because none of this happened by accident. There are teams of engineers, psychologists, and AI systems designing apps that hijack your mind. They study your attention like predators study prey. They know when you scroll. They know what keeps you watching. They know what triggers you emotionally. And they weaponize that data for profit. Your focus equals their income. You are not the customer. You are the product. The more distracted you are, the more money they make. And that's why they fear people who unplug, people who reclaim their mind, people who say no, because once you break free, you stop being a pawn. So how do you fix it? You detox, but not by deleting apps for a week. This is deeper. This is war. Step 1, friction. Make distractions harder to access. Log out. Remove shortcuts. Block apps. If the hit takes effort, the habit dies. Step 2, silence. Start with 30 minutes a day. No sound, no screens, no input. Just sit. Let your brain feel bored again. That boredom is the beginning of healing. Step 3, replace, don't erase. Don't just remove dopamine. Replace it with real effort. Working out, reading, creating, journaling, deep conversation. These don't give you cheap spikes. They rebuild your baseline. They teach your brain to crave effort again. You will feel withdrawal. You will feel empty. That's not failure. That's healing. You've detoxed. You've broken the loop. But now comes the real challenge. Reconstruction. Because discipline isn't just about routines. It's about identity. You can't just act disciplined. You have to become the kind of person who sees no other option. You're not installing habits. You're building a new operating system. The old you? Addicted, confused, reactive. The new you? Focused, ruthless, purposeful. Every action you take is a vote for who you become. Each morning run, each study session, each choice to say no to comfort. It's not about success. It's about alignment. Ask yourself, would the person I want to become do this right now? If not, you already know the answer. Your environment must reflect your future, your space, your feed, your inputs. You can't build a gut-tier mindset in a distraction-filled cage. Remove weak triggers. Surround yourself with symbols of discipline. Make your default path the one that builds you. That's how legends are created, not by hype, but by habit. The system fears one thing above all else: a man or woman who can sit in silence, think clearly, and act with purpose. Because most of society runs on impulse, on clicks, on cravings, on people who can't say no. But if you break the script, if you reclaim your attention, you become immune. Immune to the clickbait, immune to the fear-based marketing, immune to being controlled. You stop buying what they sell, because your value doesn't come from a product. It comes from within. They can't sell you dopamine when you've learned it to generate it through effort. They can't addict you when you're already fulfilled. The focused individual is a glitch in the matrix, a virus to the machine. You become dangerous because your mind is your own. To win this war, you need more than awareness. You need a system. Let's build yours right now. Step 1, morning sovereignty. Wake up without your phone. 20 minutes of stillness, cold water, deep breath, light movement. Start your day as a creator, not a consumer. Step 2, input fasting. Limit junk dopamine. 1 platform per session. No infinite scroll. No content without a purpose. No input without reflection. action. Step 3. The power hour. Pick one goal, one task, one block of time. Turn off everything else. 1 hour a day of uninterrupted deep execution. Do this every day, non-negotiable. Step 4. Night reset. Journal, reflect, disconnect. Ask what drained me, what built me. Then cut the poison, double the power. Stack daily. These steps reinstall focus as your default state. You won't need discipline forever. Once it becomes identity, it becomes automatic. Something is shifting. A new generation is waking up, unplugging, detoxing, reclaiming sovereignty over their minds. They see through the lies. They reject the noise. They no longer chase pleasure at the cost of power. This is the anti-addicted generation. We don't scroll mindlessly. We don't chase fake rewards. We don't numb ourselves with distraction. We hunt truth. We chase discomfort. We build what others consume. We are not content zombies. We are creators of meaning, warriors of clarity, architects of the future. And if you're still watching, you're one of us. You are not lazy. You are not broken. You are not weak. You are wired for greatness, but you've been programmed for slavery. Your mind is your most powerful weapon, and for the first time, you're learning how to wield it. This is war. War against distraction. War against addiction. War against the lie that comfort equals happiness. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to start. Today, your dopamine resets. Your discipline begins. Your destiny activates. This is not the end. This is ignition. You are Mind XPS. Subscribe, lock in, and never be hijacked again.